I'm gonna leave y'all right up. Yes, sir. Ninjetti formation. We're live. What up, YouTube? See in the building. We got the globe on deck. We got Rican, your boy Rican. You see him. The book is coming. I got a surprise drop tonight. Man, we chilling. We were like, yo, instead of just chopping up on the phone and working on the script, we were like, let's go on. Let's give him a little more. Let's tap in the grid. See how we doing tonight, bro.
Man, we doing wonderful, man. I'm trying to like, you know, feel myself today. You know, I'm trying to, you know, get that energy for everybody. You feel me? Like this video, subscribe to the page and hit that notification bell. See every drop that we got coming, baby.
My bad. I had to turn the ghetto fan on.
How you feeling, man? How is everything?
I'm good, dog. I just feel like we needed the chop, man. We needed to just connect, you know what I'm saying, to the grid and see where the energy's at, because I'm feeling good. My energy's right today.
Man, the energy feeling wonderful right now. Like it's a good night. It's beautiful. You feel me? My chakras all in line. Is it chakras or chakras? Boom. Either way, it feels wonderful.
I'm down to go over leaks, man. I got some leaks. I'm just waiting for my phone to kind of send them to the email so I can bring them up on the stream.
Oh, and we've been talking about that a lot. Like you've been having like a lot of great ideas. You've been like doing a lot behind the scenes and working like really, really hard, man. I commend you on that for real.
No, I appreciate that. Just kind of like it's like really organizing.
People talk shit, but they don't honestly. They don't see your work ethic, and they don't see actually what you put into the project that you're working on. And it's refreshing to like see you like be excited about the shit that you're doing. You know what I mean? Like it's so good because you don't see most people aren't passionate about shit. Most people, and that's why a lot of people are able to like talk shit because they don't actually see your passion for the things that you're doing, and they only see like surface level shit. So it's like for me being behind the scenes and seeing all the things that you're working on, man, it's really good. Like you got Rican in the back of you, you know, like looking like boom, anime ready type shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shout to VG with that one.
Man, I'm trying to see what you want to like.
I just do a couple. Well, I just wanted to show these guys real quick, man. Let's see if I can bring this up. I got some leaks. We're gonna get to these later. I just want to tease. We got some Ninjetti leaks, man. I've been working on some stuff. But yeah, we're gonna do this new segment, right? This new live segment, I think. We're gonna call basically screen share, not screen share, search bar, right? We said we're gonna go over and react to some stuff.
Screen share is really good too. Good search bar, yeah. I've been
my bad, yeah.
You good.
So we should all vote. We all had an idea, right? Something we wanted to react to as far as like Power Ranger fandom and like stuff that's going on, you know. And I think I don't mind doing the bootleg universe as like a homage to KOD season 1. I reacted, you know, to it that season. We should, you know, you weren't there last season, so it'd be cool if you reacted to it, and then I can react to your opinion of the bootleg universe.
Oh, that's cool.
And then
a lot of thoughts on that too. A lot of thoughts.
Yeah, and then I know VG was telling me to run the order preview again, you know, the trailer, and kind of talk about that situation and compare it to Ninjetti.
No, that's a great.
What was the third one? And then the SeNTai, where the SeNTai's at, the new SeNTai, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the Guanja.
Yeah.
So shit, wherever you want to start, man, I'm with you. Like we're chilled out, we're vibing. We can attack whatever you want to right now.
I just want to make sure I'm coming in live all right on my YouTube channel from the phone. Make sure we locked in.
We live, baby. You know, I like the whatchamacallit. What's the word I'm looking for? I like the, you know.
All right, it's working. Yeah, we good.
Feel the vibe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We locked in.
Oh yeah.
It looks good. All right. So what do you guys want to start first? Let's start with the SeNTai.
Oh, 100%.
It's cool because like check this out. See, this is what I like about the whole new live thing. Like it kind of trains me to get good at it. And then after it's live, it stays recorded. It's basically an episode. So
100%.
It's cool. It's cool like that. So if it's like a different type of way to, record it for me because I'm comfortable being live. Some people don't like being live and direct with the fans and they get a little uncomfortable. I don't care. It's just like recording. I tune it out anyway. So that's why you guys see me going live a lot because I'm kind of training myself to like not even know the difference. Just content. It's kind of what we need, when I want to talk to the fans and just hop on and talk to the fans, give them something, do what we gotta do. So what are we starting with? What did we say out of the three? The SeNTai, right? I had it hooked up.
SeNTai, let's get it because I want to get your thoughts.
We were gonna watch some DuS Productions Ghost Hunting tonight, right? Our favorite show, actually.
It's good. It's crazy.
Right? Come on, let's put on some DuS Productions. That's our favorite show.
We're gonna do the whiteboard. VG slipped up once, so
crazy.
The old Quasi Productions.
The old Slimer Ghostbuster look-alike.
It's Clock Tower Media now. It evolved, bro.
That's fucking funny. I was just about.
You know what's crazy? I actually the grid nose of a filmographer that they saw on Instagram called Clock Tower, and I almost sent it to you, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" There's somebody out there with that name. So there's somebody out there in the Matrix with that. So that's funny.
All right, is this coming in? Let me switch. Let me focus on the SeNTai real quick. I think I gotta go here. Share this tab instead. All right, it should be coming in.
Oh, look how beautiful it looks.
Oh, you can come. All right, there we go.
All those poses are every fucking thing.
See, can you hear
Mm-hmm.
See, can you hear me or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're lagging a little bit. Okay, good. So fill in the gaps. See, what am I missing? I haven't watched none of this shit, bro.
Well, GoUnder, number one SeNTai GoUnder is like the newest iteration of SeNTai.
I haven't watched none of this stuff. So
it's really because that's what I want to get your opinions on about like the suits and everything. But the new SeNTai is like it's more so of a battle royale type deal, right? Just to break it down in layman's terms, just for the audience to get like a full grasp of it. But it's more so of a battle royale to see who's going to be the number one SeNTai, which is such a great concept. And it's like everyone who's like their animal spirits or their animal-based powers are going up against other SeNTais with the similar. So it's like the Red Ranger is the Wolf Ranger, and he's going up against other not other Red Rangers, excuse me. He's going up against other Wolf Rangers from the myriad of SeNTai seasons, and from the Tyranno to the Lion. There's even a fucking unicorn. The Black Ranger's the unicorn. And it's such a great concept of they're going up against each other and they're going up against other SeNTai, which makes it so good. And this season is so because they're tackling a lot of different like
So it's almost like, is it like an interdimensional thing going on? Is that what it is?
In a sense, yes, because there's a lot of aspects, and they're bringing in like different concepts from our real world. So it's like they're bringing in the concept of AI, right? So it's like the villains of this season are like heavily like AI like inspired villains. So their whole dimension is full of like AI creatures. And most of the villains are AI copies or AI copies of like people from their world that are like AI spit out. And it's like the main villain that we have right now is a product of human engineering. So it's a great concept to like tackle.
That's pretty
different things.
cool. Like, that's a good concept for monsters.
100%. Like it's so good. Even like you can AI create some of the weapons and things of that nature. And I like it because it's like the other SeNTai with the keys, the Ranger keys. They're building off of that, but it's building with rings this time. And it's really a phenomenal concept. And the way that they're structuring the story out is so superb. Like I like the story more than I like everything else surrounding it. Because on the latest season, I mean on the latest episodes, like they just fucking rebooted the entire universe just now. So that's a great concept. I love the fact that they have a green and a black ranger in the same team. And then they just brought in the white ranger, which is a cool thing. Because like now we have a green and a white ranger on the same team. And I low-key wish that they were still adapting seasons, because I would love to see how the Americans would tackle this and what the adaptation of this season would be, low-key. And I love the transformation scenes, all that. I really want to get like your opinions on how.
No, definitely. I like that. I mean, the animal spirit is so similar to Ninjetti. I love that about it.
And what do you think about like the suits in general? And you can whatchamacallit, you can like come in, view, and globe.
Well, I like them. I like them. I like the sharp edges. I like I mean, the circle in the center is a little obnoxious for me. But I did see the picture of the White Ranger one. Let's try to find the polar bear suit that just dropped.
The viewing globe is conceited, and it finds
I know the system's a little laggy right now.
In the more original SeNtais. It likes the older ones, even the ones that people are like, oh, that's really like fucking ugly. Why is that really a Power Ranger? And it's like, yeah, that's how they're supposed to look. I don't like the new like Magic the Gathering kind of look that they're adding to them, to the suits.
Elaborate a little bit.
It's like the pointiness of the shoulders. The pointiness of the shoulders when it's disconnected from a chest plate. I don't like that.
Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying.
How do you guys spell it? The new Goju Ranger.
Go under. It's G-O. Let me see. Hold on. G-O-Y.
Z-Y, right? I think.
Yeah, Z-Y.
Z-Y-U-G-E-R. I think.
Let me see.
I want to see the polar bear armor. I'm trying to look it up. Yeah, I found it. Goju White. When he just dropped, I think the other day.
The other day, brand new episode.
So we can react to the armor.
And I love the concept of him being like the one who won the battle from like, I guess, eons ago.
Right, here we go.
But I like his design better than everybody else. The only thing that my only gripe with it is, I said I did like it, but it's like that would be like my only gripe is the transformation scenes and how they like transform. It's like a bunch of clapping, and it's like a dance almost, and it's like that could be seen as a little obnoxious as well. But for the most part, I like it. Let's see up on screen. But out of all of them, he's my favorite.
Let me close this. This thing's swinging out a little bit. I mean, I like the polar bear idea. Yeah, the color scheme's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I would have made, if it was me, you want my honest opinion, see?
100%.
Can I give you my honest opinion? I think like if they were gonna do something like that with those big ass circles in the center, like they should have been like a way to teleport or go through portals, or like, you know, maybe a huge power coin in the center. Like I would have done something a little different with the design, but it's like some of that stuff in the SeNTai is very eccentric, if that's the right word. You know, they're very they like to exaggerate some of the armors and, you know, make it look really like, I feel like sharp edges, you know, very jagged edges. It's got like
there's a lot of ways to make a shield, and they're just like, there's like one way to make a shield, and they've just done it for like 30 years straight. Like they just need to make other shields, because they're all just kind of derivative of like 2 or 3.
100%.
I mean, it was like I don't know if I like the Wolverine morpher. I don't know about that one. It reminds me of like, you know, like Wolverine claws. But I like it. It's making me want to get into SeNTai and like go backwards and like find the best stuff out of all of it. I think the color scheme is great. I love the blue and the black and the white. I think that looks awesome. So I think the red one's cool too. See, they've got that like morpher thing right here with like the blade. It's very White Dragon. I see why White Dragon kind of had like the arm blade. Prime has the arm blade. Everybody's going like with the arm blade theme. I notice. So like I think what I'm gonna do with Ninjetti is really focus on like the weapons, you know, and kind of like differentiate, like kind of like how iconic the lightsaber was for Star 100%. Wars. You know what I mean? It's like I'm noticing that a lot of the Power Ranger stuff that's going on,
they are doing a very heavy focus on the weapons, like even the incorporating the weapon inside of the morpher, which can be seen. I know they've done that a lot with like with the season with the dinos. It was like a heavy like, oh, the morphers are the guns or the blasters.
Yeah, Dino Charge, was it? Dino Charge, yeah.
And I can understand that, which it's like I don't have a gripe, but I do like the individual more, like, you know, MMPR is like one of the most iconic. I loved when it got into like, well, I would feel my favorite morpher would have to be Time Forces morphers.
Oh yeah, okay. The button ones with the sequence.
Yeah, like I like those the most because they were so simplistic. I like a simple morpher, to be honest.
Right. With the code, you put the code in for your Ranger. Yeah, I can see why people mess with it. I like it too. That whole season to me has very good highlights, bro.
100%. And I like very, very simplistic morpher. These are more complex, if anything. And I can see why they want to go into that direction of let's have it more complex. Let's have it like make sense for the like make the morphers actual like have a functioning piece, because you know they're into like they want to sell toys at the end of the day, which is understandable.
Yeah, and action figures, which is why the suits are so important. So it's like this live in this show was like a challenge, because like a lot of what I say sometimes it's like people the audacity of Rican. It's like, well, because I feel like my suits are good enough. It's kind of like I said, when you're rapping, you got to feel like your bars are good enough, your pen is good enough.
100%.
So like when I'm coming with my suits like this, it's like, you know, I feel like I'm coming correct with it. You got to feel like you're the best. So, you know, I'm enjoying seeing all like, I feel like the AI creativity of people making teams and making suits and making their own Rangers has doubled and tripled since I started in the last year or two. Because when I started, there was only a handful of guys doing it. And I was like, you know, this is kind of cool. Like, I've always loved Power Rangers. If I was going to do my own universe, how would I do it? And that's kind of how it started. So, And then Jetty was like the infatuation with the franchise was like why they never aced doing ninjas. Like Power Rangers is like meant to be ninjas for me. So it's like to not Ninja Storm was such a great season. So it's like you gotta master that, dude, first. Like if we're gonna bring back the franchise and restore this bitch, like they gotta be ninjas the right way. And then we build from there. So that's gonna be the difference with Ninjetti, bro. Is like, bro, I'm mastering the ninja part. It's like gonna be realms, you know. So I want to debut as a, you know, a homage to all this white dragon stuff that's going on, like, you know, Legend of the White Dragon, and I, you know, I have my own dragon realm within my universe. So that dragon theme is gonna be touched a little bit in my universe, and I have a beautiful White Ranger suit in the cut, bro, that I debuted on a was it last JDF's birthday, I think. So I want to really do that too. I want to bring that thing up, and we can do that. So let's react to the next thing. I mean, the Goju, how do you say Gojuju?
Goanja.
I can never say that shit.
Yeah,
but it looks cool. Where can you watch it?
Man, I believe that, and I don't want to give where I watch it because it's like, you know, pirated.
Yeah, you have to text me, you know, text me how, you know, how I can watch it and really review 100%.
It. But it's like it's like getting really, really good right now. Like we'll come back as like more developments of the show continues to go, and we'll go back and like review it in depth a little bit, and like tell people exactly what they want to hear. Like this is just us like touching the surface of it, like, hey, we're aware of this is going on right now.
Yeah,
we know that in the fandom, since we don't get a season of MMPR or Power Rangers or any reboots or anything, this is like the closest thing we have, other than like the Prime series.
Right.
So this is what a lot of the fans like gravitating towards. And you have the people who are waiting for Legend of the White Dragon, which that's its own thing. But like we're like, this shows like the fandom is hungry for new Power Rangers content.
Oh, and yeah.
Like it's messed up that we have to go
new.
over.
It's all new, fresh gear, fresh Rangers.
Fresh storyline, because that's one thing I can give to the Japanese.
Let's see if we can bring
something innovative.
This trailer up here.
Oh, where did Rican go?
Right. Am I still coming in okay?
Okay, I hear you now.
I'm still here.
Yeah,
am I coming in okay? All right. So real quick, like I said, these quick lives, bro, they don't gotta be like 2 hour, 3 hour lives. We could just pop on, talk a little shit, you know, react to some stuff. Like honestly, it's gonna be, you know, search bar with the click. It's gonna be Rican's reactions, like just little segments that I want to experiment with before I bring over to the recording sessions. You know what I mean? 100%. I feel like this is where we can kind of practice our flavor a little bit and kind of how we're gonna do our shows and get really good with this. And then like the live interactions with the trolls and the audience and stuff like that. So I'm treating the lives like a whole different type of animal, bro. You know, as funny as it is, like to me, this YouTube shit, bro, is kind of like being a Pokemon master, and it's like going live is the Charizard, and like recording stuff is, you know, the Pikachu, and it's like it's a different type of way to battle, you know, being a master of like content, which is taming a whole monster in itself. 100%. So it's like media creation, content creation, like stuff like that it's a constant thing. So like I'm basically finding my algorithm, bro. You know what I mean? That I can operate on, be consistent on, stuff like that. So, but yeah, back to Power Rangers. I like where it's going, where it's at. Like I said, the jacket lines in the suit, the animal spirit theme. So it goes, you know, because I got some pointy stuff going on in some of the shoulder pads and some of the stuff with Komodo. So it's like, I dig it. I dig it. I think it's gonna make, you know, Ninjetti more relevant. It's gonna make, you know, my suit stick out a little more. So I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and you can tell they were being heavily influenced more so off of Power Rangers, especially with this white polar bear ranger. Like it resembles Jason's Mighty Morphin suit a lot.
Or Dino Thunder, Trey. Is it Trey or Trent? Trent, I'm sorry, not Trey.
Boom. Nah, made them Triforians. And even the Black Ranger is like they're heavily inspired from Trey. And then it being a unicorn ranger, which is like very different. So I wonder how they're gonna tackle that. Are they gonna because like I said, it's like who's competing for number one. So how they're gonna translate the unicorn ranger? Are they gonna do like this is gonna translate to all animal kingdoms? So it's gonna be him battling or her battling all animals. So it's gonna be interesting to watch because I know it's like they just finished the first arc of it, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do like at least like 3 arcs for the whole like series. So it's gonna be real interesting to see. And then they've already introduced the 6th Ranger, and then I'm wondering because they've been introducing like a random guy came in and he became MMPR Red Ranger, and there've been
really?
Yeah, and there've been people who come in who are like, they have the powers of older SeNTai, but they're not the people who were those SeNTai. So I'm wondering, it's like people who are like just getting those powers.
It's just the suits.
Yeah, so it's really interesting how they're like tackling this entire thing. And if it's like a universe within itself, if it's going to be a contained story in a sense, because I mean they just reset the whole thing. So now they're starting from scratch. And now it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to like continue the entire like the storyline and where it's going to go from here. And I'm hyped for it, man. Really hyped for it.
Yeah, it seems like it's alive and well. You know what I mean? It's doing its thing.
100%.
So, like I said, we're gonna do a White Ranger thing. I saw Blake drop the White Ranger suit and the AI suit, and tagged Power Rangers. So that was pretty cool to see an actual Power Ranger share some AI and show some excitement to be back in the franchise. I thought that was fire. So I want to talk about some of the AIs that I want to do. Basically, like I'm working on some of the GPD stuff too. We're gonna get Cam's Warhog armor right. Some Zeo stuff. We got some Divatox stuff we working on. Black RPM. Let's see, TJ, right? White Turbo. I'm gonna take my shot at the White Turbo a little bit. So what else? So that's a whole list, bro. And I've already whatever I've been working on that I drop. I got the leaks too. So we'll do that at the end of the show, right before we get off live. We'll start doing some script leaks. Why not? But let's react to kind of the order because I want to talk about this whole process and this whole movie, man. Why everybody's so negative about it, because it's not easy, I mean, Aaron's getting ripped for what he's done, and I think VG wanted to react to, was it White Ranger and Scorpion, VG? So
yeah,
let's bring that up.
Pull up that masterpiece, that classic. I haven't watched it probably.
Yeah, well, everybody's ripping Aaron because I just want to remind the world.
Years or so. It's been a long time. It's been almost a decade. I don't think it's been a full decade since I've watched it, but it's like around there.
I know I haven't seen it in a long while.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was interesting when it first dropped, which me personally,
I basically want to reiterate that to Aaron. Hold on. This is Go ahead, guys. I'm trying to load this up for us.
Oh,
you guys can keep cooking.
But it's like, it was interesting when it first dropped. And me personally, I wouldn't have went with the Scorpion versus White Ranger. But that's just he just being a asshole at the end of the day. But it was really good. Like the choreography, the whole The whole
must be the
concept of it was really good. I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't seen any other superpower beatdowns besides that one. Because I mean, when it first came out, you're right, it was a masterpiece and it was like very iconic. And then it was like for a minute there, we didn't see, before that dropped, we didn't see anything about
all we need is kind
of. Where did Rican go? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's just lagging a little bit, guys. I apologize.
Trial and error, man.
To 360p, maybe. Drop it down. Settings. Quality.
I mean, maybe that'll work.
Hold up. Coming in all right now? You guys hear me all right? My bad.
Yeah, I can hear you good. It's a little less laggy.
Okay, here we go. All right, it's loading up now. All right, so let's basically review. Let's go down memory lane, right? Because Aaron's such a superstar now in everybody's mouth. No Diddy, because you know all of this superhero beatdown shit. I remember watching this shit with my kids, bro, when it first dropped. I mean, this one's how many years old? If I go to the video, what does it say? This one alone. You guys want to do the volume? We could do the volume low a little bit. Because when they start scrapping, I want to hear it a little bit. But I still want us to kind of chop up. Would you guys agree? Like when they dropped, like I think when I was watching them on YouTube with the kids, I'm like, they thought they were cool. The kids thought they've never seen nothing like this before. I never seen nothing like this before. So regardless if you think Aaron is like a good dude or a bad dude or not,
that's neither here nor there.
You know, it's like, to me, these were special in the moment when they came out.
Because at the end of the day, he was so
that's really all I had to say. And I said it in this chat. I was like, yo.
I think as we move forward in time, like, people forget how iconic certain things were. And it's even the fact that JDF and him with each other at the end of the day. It was because of how this was. And how no one else was doing, even had the idea to do something like this.
Yeah.
And then the suits were so like great because they were like literally
skip to the fight.
Yeah, they were literally like good.
And honestly, yeah, can I tell you something? My bad. There's a little bit of lag. See, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
The White Ranger's grown on me so much as I get older. You know what I mean? I love the Green Ranger. Don't get me wrong, but like the grown AO now, like Saba, throwing Saba around like a boomerang, and just the white and the black and the gold, and you know, the White Ranger always had a special place in my heart. When he came back, like I was like, damn. I thought green was cool, like white is flames. Like I was really messing with it. And now as I get older, that's kind of more my favorite. Even though the dragon, I don't want to say it's played out because it could never be played out, but it's just it slightly edges it for me. There's just something about that Tiger Zord running in that battle mode with the balls coming out the chest. Yeah, bro. It's just, you know, the energy balls with the Japanese letters out the chest was so flames. The sword was the tail, like the growl, like the White Ranger Zord was just, man. But I think what it is like the awe of the Green Ranger is it came first, and it was like the Godzilla of it all. So it's like special in its own right, in my opinion. So that's why, to me, JDF's first two suits will always be so iconic and my favorite.
100%.
But the fighting in this, bro, is like whoever Aaron had do the fight choreography. If this is the fight choreography that's gonna be in White Dragon, then I definitely want to see it, because I've always thought that the beatdowns, regardless of their production quality, like were good. I enjoyed them, man. I still enjoy them, you know.
Yeah.
So I think his success and everything he got going on, he worked for it. He deserves it. You know what I mean? But you know, I think we would have did a better interview personally. That's my opinion. But congrats, you know, to that side. It is what it is. You know, as long as the word of, you know, White Dragon's getting out and everybody's doing their thing, and we holding Jason down as a collective, I could really care less, you know. So,
because I mean, that's what it's about. Like keeping his legacy, preserving his legacy, keeping it moving forward at the end of the day, and like giving him the reverence that he deserves, regardless of who's like in charge of what at this point. And I think that's literally what Jenna was trying to stress out. Like, hey, like, regardless of what anyone thinks, like, this is my father's last project. Like, let's show this guy some reverence, because he gave everything to the fans, and this is literally the last thing he's going to give us.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, so, I can't wait. So it feels like it's definitely coming out to me. So I'm just happy because you know, I never doubted it. I knew he would hold Jason down, and I think all the delays and all the, you know, the road to perfection was because it is Jason's last hurrah and first hurrah at the same time. So it's a double whammy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be memorable, regardless of whether the budget was there, whether the production quality is there. All of that, it's still got to be represented at least somewhat what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think it will be, respectfully. And like I said, it's going to have its place in culture regardless, because it's his last movie and first movie at the same time. So it's like already special to me, in my opinion. So I love certain beatdowns have like a place in my heart, bro. You know what I mean? So
yeah, this one was a good one. This one went
that's
viral.
That's how I feel about it.
Like, that one went viral.
Yeah,
and
16 mil is a lot.
Yeah, it tugged on the heartstrings for sure.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know
they were, I think this was a pick too. Let's react.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they allowed the fans to like
keep going.
Like, vote on who won, which is a cool aspect of it.
Yeah, that part was always cool. Hell yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Hell yeah, bro. That's what got me going back, honestly. And then they had the alternate endings. It was smart. It was smart, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, even though, like, you know, Aaron sometimes is like socially awkward online, and he tries, and he's not as good at social media as Jason was, which he's come out and said before. He said that publicly. That's why Jenna's kind of taking over now. So it's like, I'm glad that the rollout is coming, because the timing, and after all this White Dragon stuff, it'll be Ninjetti time. So I'm just excited, man. It's going to be a lot of Power Ranger stuff for the next couple years. I think the hype is growing, and it was supposed to be dead, which is funny. You know?
No, not anytime soon. Like, as long as you have the fan base there who's hungry for more, it's not going anywhere, dude.
No. Hell no. So I want to bring this up too. Let's react to the order, bro. Let's kind of catch up the fan base from the grid's perspective, as far as like this part of the drama in the fan base when it comes to this movie, and why a lot of them in these. Yeah. What year was this damn thing?
I have no clue. I know it's around the time where Austin came back to like the con scene.
Yeah. I mean, just to have this many Rangers, bro, and whatever's going on is like, no wonder this shit was so hyped up.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see, look, Johnny had the eye patch. It's crazy. Ooh, I know what I want to bring up too. See, I got a couple more reactions for us. Check this out. Broken Path has to come up, bro. Shout out to JYB, yo. In JYB we trust. I'm about to put y'all on and give y'all like a fight visual of what adding and having JYB on this movie, if we can do it, bro. Get him to fight, choreograph, and do like a lot of great stuff that a lot of people don't know about. Not only is he a great voice actor, but bro, his, you know, when me and Drew were rocking, like his fight choreography was the shit. He used to tell me all the time. So this trailer right here, bro, my final thought on this one. Let me just give my final thought on this one. This is just potential, bro. When you watch this, even though it's a little cheesy, you know, it's got a little nacho cheese on it. It's still, you could see the potential right through it. Right through it. It's like, yeah, if all the Rangers got together and they got it together, like maybe there was something going on corporate wise as far as like Hasbro and, you know, threatening the brand with conflicting IPs. Like, who knows how much is really true, how much is really SAG, stuff like that. But seeing this many Rangers come together for like an action type movie, this look exciting, bro. This look exciting to me. I could see why people donated. So what do you think, Browski?
Man, 100%, because I can see, like you're saying, I can see the potential within this. I can see why people in the fan base would be hyped, and I can understand from a corporate perspective why they were like, hey, we need to get this shut down, because we want to call them helmet heads at the end of the day, but we understand that they are the ones who develop these characters. And if they make a movie like this, they can launch their own thing, which has nothing to do with Power Rangers, but from them having these familiar faces and also making it act like, if they was making a telenovela or a drama heavy movie where it's like just only about the dialogue, they probably wouldn't have gave a crap about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's the simple fact that it can be misconstrued as because of the action aspect of, oh, well, these are Power Rangers without their powers. So I would get it wanting to be, I feel, me personally, I feel as though that Karen and the rest of the guys really wanted this movie to come out. And by things that they couldn't control.
Yeah, it looks like they really tried to put a nice trailer together, bro.
Because, like, we can't act like Karen wasn't, like, she's made other movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's made other movies.
Right.
With, like, but it being this many Power Rangers on top of that came together for this movie, that this is a monumental thing. That could have been a big deal. Could have really been a big deal.
Right. Well, check this out, right? I think, my opinion, in my opinion, bro, I think if Amy gets involved, she did so well with the comic book. If she gets in, she starts directing some stuff, it would be good. It would be good.
Because at this point, yeah, she's
franchise. Now, you know, JDF used to talk about this was a little too much. You know,
I don't think so, man. This is my favorite. Like, this is my favorite fan.
Now, did you see this one? This is the Bootleg Universe trailer.
Yeah, I've seen this. Like, this is my favorite, like, fan film out of all of them.
What do you think of this shit?
This was like great concept. It brings in like the storyline behind it. I would have wanted to see an hour-long video, a movie.
Really? Like your iteration?
Like 100%. Like, this was so good. It tackles the whole us being child soldiers and the trauma behind that. It tackles like grief, loss. It tackles so many different concepts. Because me, I'm a story guy, right? So the visual aspect can be there. The choreography can all be good, right? If the story is shit, I'm going to be not invested as much, right? This had a great concept. It had a great storyline. It was a really, really, this is like, in my opinion, the way you adult the Power Rangers universe. There's like actual phenomenal actors inside of it.
Yeah, it's on the right path for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was very close.
Very close. And that would be my only gripe. It should have been longer. Like, that would be literally my only gripe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this was a great.
I mean, tremendous potential though, in my opinion. Either way, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at this, and then look at the things that they're.
I dig it. I mean, JDF, when he talked about this, bro, it was like, oh, it was a little too crazy. It was a little.
I mean, you have the Black Ranger in there doing cocaine. You know, like.
So Ninjetti will. Yeah.
But still to this
now,
day.
This was supposed to be James Vanderbeek, right? From Dawson's Creek.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's motherfucking Dawson.
Yeah. This is where it gets crazy.
Yeah, man. There's death, there's grief, there's
this energy. We talked about it a little bit in season 1. We're like, we need this. We need this kind of dark energy a little bit to grow it up, you know?
Because if this was an hour-long movie in theaters, I'm pretty sure most of the fan base would have went and seen it. Not even most, majority.
Look at this bitch ass nigga, but already.
For a movie like this, you could bring in people who aren't even fans of Power Rangers or MMPR. They would have went and saw this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people dislike action movies, they legit would have saw this. And it would have been something for us, low key. Like, this would have showed, like, I feel like there was an audience for it. How many views does it have?
Look at this. Look at this psychopath.
Who's that?
About me again.
Who is that?
Crazy, bro.
Oh, that's the Diddles.
I guess word travel fast. Yeah.
Oh, Diddles. Hey, Diddles.
Yeah, the Rican News Network. On the jock at the moment. On the jock at the moment, bruh. So
it don't matter. It doesn't have anything better to do.
But listen, yeah, so this bootleg is kind of that kind of dark universe. We agree. That's kind of where the energy needs to go. And it's like, blood or no blood? What do you think? Do we go full Mortal Kombat or no?
Fucking right. You give them blood. Like,
should we listen to this live?
Like, if anything, if you want them to be more realistic, see, this is so realistic. This is what happens if you take teenagers with attitude and send them 10 years into the future in the real world. No cheese, no nothing. They get on drugs, people die. You know what I'm saying? Like, people start to realize certain things. Like, this Zordon guy had us children as soldiers in a war. Because that's legit what it was. So I would say Zordon is just as bad as the evil people. Like, no, we're not going to get adults.
Yeah, we locked in.
He wants these children to fight in this war. Now we got to dive into the psychological effects of that. That's what makes a good story.
This traffic a little bit. So shit's gonna get crazy soon as that stream ends. So right here, the Black Ranger part, this is you all day, bro. This is SeNTai getting busy when everybody want to come from in the Discord and shit.
Like, this is so great. They're getting rid of all the Rangers.
You know, I never reviewed.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
A little bit. You freeze up on me. I said I like the I said I didn't really like the guy that played Tommy in this. I didn't think he gave me like Tommy vibes, but I like the way it was written and what they were trying to do with this story. You know.
And that's where it's like it has to be the perfect combination. You have to have that super beat down level of choreography.
But it had potential to stop. I forget.
You said what?
What choreography with what? This movie?
Yeah, I said you have to have that super beat down level of choreography with this type of storyline, with the VFX of the actual show, right? So if they bring all those elements together, you got like something. With it's like it's broken off. It's like, okay, with this, I love the story, don't like the suits, don't like the concept as much of where y'all going. Like some of the characters don't hit as well.
In this one, Tommy's hunting everybody, I think, in this.
That's where the thing is going.
Someone's getting hunted, right? Or he's hunting all the other Rangers or something like that.
It's
been a while since
then their whole thing is to like turn it on people to be like, hey, Tommy's hunting all you guys. Because that's where the parts of everyone getting murdered comes from. And they're like, hey, Tommy's actually doing this.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna find out it's her that's doing it, who's playing the girl's playing Cat. And she's actually Rita Repulsa. So it's wild how they do that. And like basically Rita's trying to like circumvent everything.
There he is. Yeah, there's the Tommy right there.
I love where they were going with this though. Hold on, give me a second. Bring back up the viewing globe.
The story is really not too much of, different from the original.
Yeah, because I guess in this world, they didn't go to Turbo. They didn't really they stayed MMPR. And they didn't go into like the Zeo crystals and everything when the Machine Empire attacked. They just stayed MMPR. I love this aspect of it. This fight choreography was kind of good. I like the fact they kept the professionalism.
That's what I mean. It had a lot of potential, bro.
I know what I'm saying. If they would have crafted this into an hour-long movie, like
Lady Sackhoff, she's a big She's a big Battlestar Galactica fan.
Isn't that L. Ron Hubbard?
I mean, she was in there if you're a big Battlestar Galactica fan.
Yeah, what I said is Battlestar Galactica. Isn't that the L. Ron Hubbard?
As long as you know. Yep. That's the Rita.
Yeah, we might have to pause it every time you speak, Rican.
But honestly, like this is kind of where it needs to be. Yeah, it's screwing it up too much, a little bit. I mean, but that's the gist of it. We pretty much show what we need to show. But as far as the energy of that bootleg universe, that's kind of, I think, when we say grown up Power Rangers, that's kind of where we're at with it.
Yeah,
you know,
like even if you want to tone it down just a little bit, because I know Legend of the White Dragon is going to be a bit more toned down than just that. But it's going to be in that same vein. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll go over everyone. We're kind of just going over like where the grid is at right now, as far as like who's really running shit. You know, they like to joke around on Worthy's the future of Power Rangers. Like, you can look at the difference between the bootleg universe and some Unworthy shit, and you know, obviously,
yeah, and Worthy maintains the cheese a little bit.
It's a different level of. Like, what was the most recent one? He's got a lot of stuff coming. I saw him do a lot of promo.
Yeah, I have no clue. I haven't dived into Unworthy at all.
I mean, let's watch Psycho Menace. This one was pretty good.
Okay.
Give Unworthy some love.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of his stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like, just to really compare like the quality difference. It's not really to say who's better. We're just kind of going over stuff. We're just kind of going over stuff in the grid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is one of the fan films or the fan filmmakers that, you know, he deserves to be mentioned, bro. I mean, all this stuff is pretty cool. Way different. I mean, essentially, a lot of this stuff is made similar.
Now you see this. This is how I feel like Countdown Destruction should have been.
It's still lagging quite a bit, or what?
Yeah, it is.
Who else we got to cover? We got the Bloodline of the Grid stuff, right?
Never seen it.
So that's a little bit of Unworthy. We can kind of, let's stop sharing and we can get back to the show here. Hold on. So that's all we really wanted to do. We're gonna try to get the reaction part of the show done a little better. Like, I gotta get one of those long Ethernet cords, bro, and run it. I'm gonna run it wired directly, so that way we could start really sharing some shit and doing more reaction stuff. So I want to do that. But basically, who else we need to cover in the grid? Who else is making certain type of fan films? Like, when we talk about my shit, like, do you remember the Mortal Kombat series that came out that was straight to YouTube that had Michael J. White and all that stuff in it? It was I think it was called Legacy. Do you remember that? I forget what year that dropped. It came out. It was called but it was like a 12-minute episodes, and you had a lot of martial artists in it.
Oh, see, I was conflating that with the TV show that came out in the 90s. Nope, I've never seen it. Well, what's the gist of it?
It was kind of like the bootleg universe for that Power Ranger thing we just watched, but it was more for Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
So it kind of like made its own type of universe, and Michael J. White played Jax. Who's the guy with the blindfold that has telekinesis? He's a cool character.
I know exactly what you're talking about. His name.
Yeah, I forget. Tenshu or something like that. I forget. But actually, a lot of the martial artists that are popping right now were in that movie or that mini series, low key. You know what I mean? A couple years ago, it was popping. You could get it on DVD. I think it's called Legacy, but I'm thinking that's what we're gonna do in Ninjetti, bro. It's probably gonna be straight to YouTube like that, just to continue to build. Like I said, from the book, we'll go to
that's a good idea.
Animated, then from animated, you know, process.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of work has to be done, but you know,
that's a good trajectory.
The animated stuff, it fascinates me, man. The animated stuff, so I want to dabble a little bit and really try to see, you know, getting my suits moving around in like in animated form. When he made that shit move, bro, I was like, the potential of that is bananas. Like I need that in my life. So animation was such a big part of all our childhoods, right? From the early Disney stuff to, you know, so it has to be a part. And then once we get kind of close to a done production, I'm going to give you guys like a Halo Legends, like animatrix style, like anime compilation, like maybe 12 to 15-minute episodes.
Oh, that'll be dope. Like the really, have you seen the Star Wars, like the anthology for it that was in anime form? I forget what it's called.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the book's gonna have like this manga kind of style, and then we can maybe do like that old school DVD feel. Like I've always liked those anime Halo Legends. Like I was a big Halo fan back in the day when it dropped. So it was like when they came out with all those stuff, you know, animatrix, that style of like filmmaking.
Yeah, I remember that.
Where all the shorts like equal like one, you know what I mean, solid body of work. So I think Ninjetti is going to be like just content from different areas until we get it built up to the point where the first movie's ready to be its own iteration, its own translation of what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying?
Boom. You can extract. That's a great segue into your leaks and like just giving us some of the concepts that you're able to share with the people right now.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was a little distracted before, but you know, I could give him leaks every time, you know what I'm saying? But
100%.
It's almost like I'm still kind of figuring out, like I said, where we're dropping you in. Like we got book one, we know where we're dropping you in. So it's like continuing mirroring the universe, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? How much to give you guys too soon, when to give it to you, you know, who to keep on deck, who not to leak, you know. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
And having those, those storylines exactly where they need to be. Yeah, it'll be very, very dope when you get into it.
Almost like when you play Jenga and you take the block out of the bottom and then you put it on the top, and then it's like that's the game. It's like knowing where to pull this block, put it over here, pull that block, put it over there. Like that's kind of my creation process. Like I'm kind of all over the place because it's a universe, right? So to me, I see like a night bright, like a light bright, like the old school ones. You know what I mean? You take the peg out, it lights it up here, and then it makes a painting when you look at it from a distance. So like to me, that's how I'm doing the universe. I'll write a little bit here on this side, I'll write a little bit here, write a little bit here. Me and E will chop up, you know. So it's kind of shaped just by jumping around. You know, like I'll go through a Wild Force mode. I just went through a Wild Force mode. I was watching all the old Wild Force stuff, and I can't stand the Morpher, bro. I don't, the whole cell phone.
Yeah, I hate
that whole, I look back and I'm like, oh my God. And then they all have claws. You know what I mean? Like certain things on, you know, certain seasons, you know, Ninja Storm. And then you look at Ninja Storm, they had the Wind Morphers. The Wind Morphers were the shit.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm taking all the good elements from like the Star seasons. You know, like I can't wait to do some Divatox AI because, you know, my version of Rita came out so flames that doing the villains is a lot of fun for me. So, you know, other Rangers too, like the whole connecting universe interdimensional part. Like I said, TJ, I think would be a good addition to the script, Black RPM. So we have this whole sequence in the third movie where a lot of the car theme is going to get to shine. It's going to be super dope, bro. So, you know, I'm excited about that. And then the second movie is kind of more water-based. So the movies within themselves are like so different, but like the way they connect and from a whole, like from a perspective, when you step back and they're all done, right? And you watch them again, you're going to be like, wow, this is really cohesive. Like this is really, it really has that universe feel. So that's why I'm kind of taking my time writing it, right? Because I really feel like writing is where a lot of shit is lacking right now because they want the quick dollars. And it's like banking on the nostalgia is great. Don't get me wrong. Because it prints money every time. But when you give us these crappy stories, man, it's like wasting stuff, you know? So,
and they can't just sit back and give us the actual world that we're looking for, man.
And it'll make money forever. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna be posting a lot. Like we're kind of gonna be chilling, structuring our shows a little more. Now we got the live set up. Been doing a lot of experimenting, so it's like with, you know, when to drop episodes, when to do live. So obviously we're still learning as a clique. But I'm gonna kind of fall back and start posting a lot of stuff because I have to really like organize what's getting used on the script, what's getting scrapped, like different type of modes per ranger. Like there's a lot I gotta catch up on. So that's really where the focus is on, man. Structure right now. That's the magic word right now. Structure. Structure is very important. So you know, is Cam coming tonight or what? Oh, I mean, we can cut it whenever you want, bro. This is just like another quick Ninjetti recap. Like, let's go over the leaks, right? And then after that, we could slide.
100%.
So I was just messing around with some stuff. So this is basically one of the modes. Let me try to share this.
Yeah, tell us what head, like the head space you were in, what direction you're trying to go into with these different concepts. I think that's what the audience wants to hear.
All right, so this is basically right here. My version of the basic Ninjetti cloth suit, right? So when you watch the movie and you watch season 3, right? So when you say Ninjetti, you think of the cloth suit. Right. So this is basically just to kind of really, and I leaked this before. This is not even a leak. This has been out, but this is my version of this, basically.
Nah, dope.
So, you know what I'm saying? This is Jason's white Ninjetti. So this is Rican's, you know, this is Rican's Ninjetti form basic. So this is like barely powering the amulet. Like if this was like a clapper, like the power mode, like, you know, for this would be clap number 1. Then you got clap number 2. It's like, and in the middle of the fight, they can kind of switch modes and switch suits and switch loadout. So it's like even my fight scenes are gonna be bananas, bro, because the dynamic of how they can fight, like to be able to switch through 3-4 different modes and have different weapons and be able to charge weapons and have a morph and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about anyone copying me, man, because like the way I'm putting it together is so intricate. It's going to be too many chambers to go through. So this is basically, I'm calling it Ninjetti cloth. So I have some variants. You know, this was one of the frog armor, you know, Tree Frog, Johnny, and JYB we trust. I was feeling, I was liking. You know, like I said, these aren't final designs. These are just stuff I'm working on, you know. Just messing around with stuff. So here's a little black and white action, you know.
That's dope.
No alternate colors, you know. So it's like this is almost like their genie mode where they're just poof, like little ball of smoke like Batman, and it's like a basic suit so they don't kill nobody or hurt nobody, or it's just a you know, this is their base form. This is the nucleus form, really. So this right here is like this is a potential bad guy or bad girl, like my version of kind of Scorpina, or maybe in a tier elite, you know. So let's see. Like I said, Rita's older sister. This may be like an android she like controls with the green. See the Green Ranger energy? Like this may be like her robot Medusa, or like maybe her Ranger form. So maybe like my version of Rita will morph into like her version of a Ranger. You know what I mean? And it'll be in armor like this, like a Medusa type thing, like a super Medusa, bro.
Oh, that's dope.
You know, so I was working on this a little bit too. So it's like I have so many concepts. I really got to narrow it down to what's really going to make the book, what's not going to make the book, you know. So that's where I'm at with it. So here's some 2017 concepts that I don't mind going over live. Like, you know what I mean? Look at how awesome Komodo looks. But like this is like Rican if he ever does like a crossover into the 2017 universe. You know, if you look at the aesthetics of the armor, and just like the way the Zord came out is like so Godzilla looking.
Oh yeah, it's dope,
it, bro. I think it's awesome.
It's like humanoid Godzilla.
So this was some of the yeah, bro. Yeah, this is just like, look at this helmet. Like I love the mouth with the flatness there with these, like these 2017s. This was probably my favorite. I love the chest piece. I love the ship. So obviously Rican, the ship is gonna make the script. I love the way the ship moves through stuff like that. My bad. I keep clicking out of it by accident. Yeah, this one right here is the one for me. This is the one I posted. Like just the way Komodo looks. He's got a mech mode, you know, the ship in the back, you know what I mean? So this is definitely a heavy hitter for me. But I like it. So it's like I'm going through everything, because if you think about it, I've just been making AIs, talking about the script, right? And it's like, all right, now actual structure has to happen and figure out where I'm going to foreshadow, where I'm going to flash back, stuff like that. So that's really fun for me right now.
That's what's gonna make or break the script.
Man,
like,
I didn't send the bike, huh? I wanted to leak. I wanted to leak the bike, but I gotta send it to myself. So we're gonna do that as the last leak. But yeah, I made the Rican bike too. I'm gonna throw it in the thumbnail. And then basically, like, one of my last thoughts is dropping the bike. And what else was I working on? Oh, Red Zeo. We got some Zeo changes we're working on.
That's dope.
It's cool.
That's dope.
So
it's coming together, man.
Yeah. Let me try to send myself the bike. So bear with me. If you want to chop up about something, I want to I don't know why it didn't come up in the email, but these 2 versions of the Rican bike came out so fire, bro. I want to definitely drop these tonight too. Why not? Since we're here, you know.
I mean, I feel like it's so dope that you're like developing the concept. Like I said, like that's going to make or break. Like the story aspect is going to be the thing that makes or breaks it. And you've already formatted it out so much in your head to the point where it's like it can't do anything. It can't fail at this point. Like the way that you're going, the direction that you're going, you have like the entire world flushed out. So once you start formatting it into script form, it's going to come out, and then it's going to flow like butter at that point. Because it's like, you know, A, B, and C plot. So all you got to do is like, okay, how does A connect to C? How does C connect to Z? So as long as you just stay focused on it and you just keep, you know, staying the course and trusting the process, like it's going to be as great as you want it to be. And it's like, people only take you as serious as you take yourself, right? So it's the fact that you take yourself so serious and you're taking it so serious and you're giving it time to like actually be a great product. People aren't going to have any choice but to take it. You are, you know what I mean? And that's basically like my final thoughts on it, man. Hold on, let's see it.
No, I appreciate it. That's why I'm putting so much emphasis on, like, you know, Easter eggs, connection points in the story. What is it? Continuity. That's the word I need. If the continuity doesn't make sense and it's all over the place, the fans are gonna tear it up. So to compete with something like Star Wars and be on the level of like some of these iconic cultural franchises, it's like, it's tough. It's tough. Making a whole universe is different than just making a one shot off flick too. I mean, I'm writing other movies too. It's not just Ninjetti, you know, which is also slowing down some of the Ninjetti stuff, because I'm trying to think of other movies and other scripts we can get off to kind of help fund Ninjetti at a higher level. You know, we got the Dart movie too. It's like our version of Dodgeball. I'm writing, you know, stuff like that. So it's, my writing is very multifaceted. It's not just this Power Ranger stuff. It's not like, it's multiple things. So the publishing company, the comics, that whole thing, like that's just to get all the superhero stuff off the ground and kind of like keep all that parallel and have that motion in that kind of arena, right? But as the filmmaking progresses, as the knowledge progresses, the relationships, the people, it's like, all right, what are we really doing? How can I help you help me? And being upfront and honest about it, you know, because it's really on who you know and connections too, which is why they try to destroy me with all this nonsense. But as you can see, I'm issuing this SuiT challenge formally on the internet because like it's just, I'm always putting my work out there. Like, look at this bike. Like, to me, this is like, you know, a ninja on a motorcycle, like literally, like,
this is so dope.
You know what I mean? Like, to recreate something like this in the book, it's like, and honestly, the amulet, the Zeo energy, like picture him being able to tap his coin on his chest like Iron Man in Infinity War and just, you know, summon a light bike like Tron and it turns into this. You know what I'm saying? Like, my type of movie is gonna have like, it's narrowing the process of multiple IPs, multiple influences, and like what has to be in this movie. What has to represent, you know what I mean? Like, what has to represent what the essence of Rangers is, what is going to get the fans that are 40 now. What type of fighting, what type of choreography, the aesthetics on the armor. Like a lot of these fan films and these creators and these guys doing this stuff, that's what the competition is at right now. It's being able to stand out in such a saturated market. Right? Because we deal with that with music, right? See, all the time, bro. It's like we've been doing music for so long, and they like to clown us for being, you know, SoundCloud rappers that never made it, when they don't even really know the resume, bro. We've done shows, we've managed other people, we've written for other people, like we've done stuff behind the scenes where the industry is basically you knock at the devil's door, and you know it's going to answer you. So they want to take the blasphemy thing to a new level and keep memeing themselves like it's a joke. Like stuff's just going to keep happening. So
100%.
I'm going to let them, you know, cheddar bob themselves, basically, you know, because as you can see,
I love that reference.
Where I'm at with it and where we're at with it as a show, as a live, as a team, as a creative force, man. I mean, I can't tell y'all none of the names yet because we're still working on the IP titles and how much everything's going to cost to copyright everything. But we've narrowed it down to what we want to name everything. It's really now who's going to be involved, how much it's going to cost, how much we're going to book everybody for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we're going to get Sam going. So right after this little quick live here, this is like a little Ninjetti update. I'm going to drop an exclusive KOD sneak peek. I mean, we can even really watch it live here. If you, since I got you here, see, I think I can bring up a file and we can watch it. And then after the live, that way we can kind of hit 2 hours and it'll be solid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I'll do is, here's the other version of the bike. Here's the close up. Like if we were to sell it, like this is the Komodo 1 right now. You know, with the black and gold. With the lights. You fucking with it?
I'm fuck with that. I love it. It's giving me Harley.
So, yeah, man. And you remember, yeah, but the different like sleek style Harleys, you know, like it's still a dragon bike, you know what I mean? Like badass. So like when Rican's on his Sons, you know, Sons of Anarchy era or Mayan era, you know what I mean? Like he's got a little bike action going. So now I'm learning how to do vehicles and to put things in the AI. And let me tell you, the AI is kind of manipulated and like made itself into like a different form from when I started, bro. Let me tell you, because I be trying to make suits now from how I made them back in the day when I first started. And it's like not the same AI. It's almost like didn't know as much as it knows now. Does that make any sense? If that's how AI really works, because it's always learning, right? It's like a living computer.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, bro, the more that I make armor now, the harder it gets to match the theme that I originally started, because they never get recreated the same, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like my skill at this, which is what's going to separate me from everybody else, is being able to do so many AIs and getting them to match each other and do their thing, you know? So what's your thought on the AI and where we're at with that, and me basically using it to storyboard the book, kind of like help structure the script? Like it's really just become like a connecting tool, like a glue in between the creation process.
Me personally, I've never used AI before, like for like literally anything. So it's like seeing the way that you manipulate it. It's cool and it's inspiring for being a person who's never used it. But I understand like what you're like doing it for and the medium and how it is like you're using it to like as a tool to storyboard your project. And it's really cool. It's really fucking dope.
Guys? Rican Ranger. Oh, hold on, bro.
Boy, you just scared me. I was like, oh shit, someone cloned you, Rican.
Surprise.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No, this is the surprise. My bad. I'm learning the system. So yeah, that's the surprise. We're gonna bring that up when you're ready. But go ahead, continue. My bad. I didn't mean to do that.
It's like seeing how you've been manipulating the language model in a way, and it is like you're showing me that it is an art inside of art, right? Which me in the beginning, it's like I had like just being a creative, I had such an apprehension and such a trepidation for like AI, and AI, it's like fuck, it's going to like and I can only speak towards it being like for the music side of things, right? And for a long time I was like very like against it because it's like, oh well, this can potentially put me out of business, right? Even when it comes to like making like, because in a short while, which is scary in its own sense, we're going to be able to put like a movie inside of AI and it's going to shoot us out a whole fucking movie in a minute.
Yeah, like the same movie, like in its own words, in its own way or like version. Because I'm learning like when you put pictures in the AI and then you give it commands, it almost uses the picture you give it as a reflection to recreate it. And then how you tell it to recreate it, it's like replicate this, duplicate this, like every syllable, every word matters.
Yeah. So it's going to be like, to a point where it's like, hey, I want a new Star Wars movie with the lead actor Zendaya and this, and it's going to shoot out that whole 2-hour long movie in a second. So that's really dope in a sense. Just hopefully that we get a hold of it before it goes that crazy, right?
Yeah.
But like using it as a tool, for instance, is much more the way that you're utilizing it. I feel like it's what it was made for. You know what I'm saying? Not to be abused, but to be used in a way that we can get out creativity at a much higher pace. So I love that aspect of it. It makes me want to like, hey, well, let's see what I can do with this, you know? Not to even like try to create things with it, but to use it as a tool for creation. And
well, yeah, I wanna make a point about the AI since we're on the topic. Like it's just funny because I'm getting clowned for using AI to storyboard script this movie as a tool, but yet, you know, they could use AI to make songs and battle me as a rapper, like my real shit. It's just funny. So it's like the hypocrisy is hilarious to me because it's like y'all could use AI to clown me and fucking do all this shit, but when I do it to make the illest Power Ranger movie ever made, like I'm the bad guy. So it's just funny how the AI circle has like closed because you guys can be mad all you want to. I basically learned how to talk and manipulate any AI I want. It's the way with words. Like I found a niche market and a way to talk to a computer is essentially making you a programmer. So when you work with AI and you learn what to say, how to say it, and how to basically theme your sentences, you can basically become a programmer.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you can pull the words paint 1,000 pictures, right? Or 1,000 words, right?
Yeah,
a picture's worth 1,000 words. That's what they say. So it's like, honestly, break it down. It is art because you're telling the AI a few words so it can basically use itself as a paintbrush. So without you, it's just the paintbrush. 100%. You're telling it one to paint. You know what I mean? So it is a tricky thing. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I don't care what anyone thinks about it. If they don't agree with how I create, like when I was on that interview with Al, that the AI guy, that nerd put me on to, like, it's really about just working smart and not hard with certain things in the film process, not necessarily cutting and making shortcuts, bro, but like filling in the gaps in the nooks and crannies and using AI in places where I can learn at a much more rapid rate. You know, 100%. That's kind of where my head was at as far as getting the concepts out. So let's just watch this video. Basically, I'm gonna leak this here now live. That's really why I wanted to do live. It was not to really anything else other than to leak this and then kind of post it and premiere it after, because now after all this content, we're gonna let you guys absorb what I've been doing the last couple live. Care about no fucking truce or none of that nonsense right now. We're fully enveloped and shining all summer and getting this creative process with the book and bringing book 1 out and rounding third on book 1. Because once book 1 comes out, it's like, if I don't shut the fuck up by then, this is just what you guys are going to always be forever. Because to look stupid and go back on, you know, your word when the side has never really stopped winning, it's just, we won't even go there. But I'm on a whole different type shit right now and focused on book 1. So that's why I'm saying any real fans or anybody that really wants to know what's going on with the book or be a part of it or donate or anything like that, all my lines are open again. I'm back. As you can see, I got my own spot. I'm doing my own thing. You know, they're going to stay lying on us. You know, see, we stay running the grid, doing our thing. So we just rolled solo dolo tonight, Army of 2, you know. So we had VG, but he probably went to bed, lost connection. You know, he's out here helping other Rangers doing something. Cam's getting his rest. So let's react to this video, man, and then we're gonna give you guys the artist drop right here. So hopefully it comes in all right. Let's do so a little context before we get this started. We like a 30-minute in with Wakanda, basically.
Oh, boom, that's dope.
So Wakanda is, yeah, it's my, because they try to think, you know, my artist is a scam and he's not only to get more and more work, but basically introduce you guys to the person that's going to be drawing the comic book, man, and getting this shit done. So hopefully there's not too much lag. This doesn't come in too crazy. We'll see. Dates, man. It's only like 30 minutes. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm excited. Check it out. Got my boy D. Luke. But I'm just going to give you guys a sneak peek. We're going to drop this context before it drops, right? Now he's tapping in from Nigeria, right? He's tapping in from Nigeria, bro. So it's like his connection was going in and out. Shit was getting crazy. So, but we got the job done. I wanted y'all to see that there's a real artist, there's a real hungry ninja ready to come over here, find his way, do this art. He talks a little bit about what Ninjetti really stuck out to him about it. You know what I mean? To really get involved with me and start drawing it and stuff like that. So this is pretty. I finally got him on camera. We've been talking, but so basically, man, I wanted to bring this is to know you because the project has gotten to a point where it's got a lot of interest, you know, and it's got a lot of hate. So we want to kind of balance what's going on. So introduce yourself. I got your Instagram in the background. We're gonna show some of your work, bro. We're gonna tease him about the book, go over some things you and I talked about. What up, Warlock? Just, you know, welcome to Ninjetti land, bro. You know, so talk to the people, man. Where can they find you? What you got going on?
All right.
So, like I said, this may be to experience in all its like organic glory, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy right here is so talented as far as like how he draws. Like the Ninjetti's gonna bring out his potential. So this partnership right here is really to help him get established because he's an actor too. So, you know, we got you playing the Blue Wolf for now until, you know, we either cast someone better or, you know, you kind of determine how far in the role we go. You know, we're leaving spots open for people within Ninjetti. So I told him as Dark Paw develops, right, I want to talk a little bit about how Marvel debuted their new T'Challa, which apparently is a white boy, I heard. Somebody sent me a post today about that, and I'm like, that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna drop over here at Ninjetti. We're gonna drop the Black Panther Ranger then, and we're just gonna keep it moving because a white T'Challa is diabolical. That shit is crazy, bro. We won't even really get into that and how much.
And they're doing that for the
Marvel is fucking up now. You know what I'm saying? Because a minute, right? So I think next show we're gonna unpack like Cap 4. I want to talk about. I mean, I'm an expert at the Infinity Saga. We could talk Marvel shit all day, like the DCEU stuff like that. Like, it's good to talk about the competitors because Power Rangers has to compete with all this shit.
100%.
All the DCU movies that are coming, the new Superman, obviously, this whole James Gunn universe, you know. So this is basically Dark Paw. Sam right here, you know, Dory Design. I forget how to pronounce it, Dory Dizzy. But this is Wakanda in the flesh. So I'll give y'all a little bit of this. This is gonna be my Dark Paw Black Panther Ranger, basically. He might know. Good dude, see, you're gonna love him, bro.
Understood.
And he's about the project, you know. As for the quality, like I said, he was having some issues. So live from Wakanda, you heard it here. But we got what this is just a teaser, quick video for you guys. We got it done. You know what I'm saying? So I think after the live, everything else. So we went through his work, right? You know,
say that. It looks really dope.
So we kind of show him the theme of the book, stuff like that. Our DMs are always open. It was a cool little half-hour session, you know. Yeah, it was like a little quick little 30-minute interview, you know. So let me get to some comments. Let me pause this. So that's where I'm at. See, as far as this, like I was kind of working on this all day and trying to get this ready. You know, I've been doing my own thing. So when Sam comes out, everybody can, you know, you guys can talk to him. Like, honestly, I already warned him. I told him the smoke I got going on. But it's like at this point, we got to be transparent so the fans can trust us and know that we're the real deal and that you got the skills to pay the bills and we're going to get this done, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this interview drops right after the live, like I said. And this is Rican's bike. You know what I mean? We showed you Rican's transportation, how he's going to get around in the book. His cool Ranger bike. It's like a homage to Dino Thunder when they had all the bikes and stuff going on. So I just wanted to show you guys that, you know. So that interview is going to drop. And yeah, that's where we at with it. We need donators, man. We need donators to get that boy drawn. That's really where I'm at. Any thoughts? What do you think, see, about all that?
It's going to get to that point really, really soon, and I'm knowing it. And the concepts that you presented that he put out look really, really good. So
yeah, definitely.
Once he starts getting those panels drawn, you know, like it's gonna come up full circle at that point. I would love to have a conversation with him one of these days. And it seems as if like everything is like coming full circle at this point. And you're like really like, you know, like circling the wagons at this point with like making sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. So it's like, man, I'm really excited to see what the future holds and the project being like fully developed and fully done. I'm ready to get my first signed copy, nigga. Like it's gonna be very special at the end of it because it's been like it's leading up, like everything is like been leading up to this point, you know what I mean? So
right, absolutely.
Once he's like, and I'm really like excited to like watch the interview. That shit's really, really dope. And that's, you know, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do a part 2 because you know, I really want to push the Instagram because I don't think you guys understand like how much shit I really put on my Instagram. Like this is the stuff they don't talk about, which is amazing to me. Like these people want to hate on me. Like I don't talk about this book. Like I don't give you guys way more than I should be. Like the stuff that I do talk about and do put out is like so much thievery can happen. Is I already feel like, you know, our influence is felt. You know what I mean? Because look at this. This is basically, I can't even tell you guys his name, even though as bad as I want to, but this is basically my version of Ooze for the second movie. This is the concept, you know? So I mean, to not bring back Ooze is like criminal, bro. It's one of the most iconic villains in probably culture itself, but also Power Rangers, you know? So yeah, are we gonna do more interviews with other people in the future? Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. So this guy right here, basically, once we get into the ocean lore, the Aquatar, you know, I mean, think about how it ended, right? The 95 movie ended with Ivan Ooze basically dying from a meteor, right? Falling in the ocean. So Ninjetti leaks. You know what I mean? I can't get too much of this story because I don't trust a lot of these people out here, man. But yeah, this is basically, I gotta give y'all something. So a visual is like I said, 1,000 words. If you can picture a whole Aquatar type movie, you know, we got Orca, right? Was one of the team members. Killer Whale, Megalodon, all that lore where Billy's been this whole time. You know what I mean? Because Billy caught, I think it was Zeo, right? Where they took him off the show with Turbo and then he wound up going to Aquatar for a while.
Yeah.
So this is like where a lot of the Billy lore goes into, you know? So as you can see, and then this stuff right here, this is all drops to my Instagram. So it's like before Ninjetti Leaks was a thing like live, like they've been out. You guys just got to dig for them. And this is like, you know, picture the end of Shang-Chi when he's fighting that dragon, that long bodied, like white and red dragon at the end of Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Like,
great movie.
This suit right here is Rican's basically mode, like a super Dragon Ball like spirit mode, bro, where he kind of like this dragon is almost a weapon, like just because of how it's built. You know, like it's so intricate. Like I'm getting fascinated with different style suits. Like when he goes through the samurai era, like this is the samurai suit. So when Rican does some interdimensional travel and he's, you know, we got the samurai rangers, we on our Hector David type shit. This right here, bro, body bag right here. You know what I mean? So this is Rican's samurai era. So hold on. Where am I at with it? I'm on my Instagram. Okay. So, you know, more samurais type stuff. This is kind of like my Mortal Kombat Noob Sabat style suit for Komodo. You know what I mean? So, and then obviously this is my favorite, probably one of my favorite that I've made so far, bro. I love this fucking suit. This is like Ultra Instinct Goku. Like this is Rican's 7th form. Basically, he's half Triforian, so his, which is kind of like, you know, Thor or Goku or Superman, like he's got that half alien blood. He can sustain a few more subdivisions of the crystal than a regular ranger. Yeah. Right? So basically this book is taking you from a journey. We're dropping you into suit 3, right? You're going to have suit 1 through 3 right from the rip, and then it's going to be watching Rican evolve and be able to handle his subdivisions of the crystal and have different suits and evolve like a fucking Pokemon, bro. It's going to be nuts. I'm telling you, nobody's doing what I'm doing. And just the hood, the tribal things, the Doctor Strange type portals and traveling, like, and then the fights are going to be crazy. So After remind me to do Broken Path. I want to give Johnny some love. We got to give Johnny some love and show the fans what the type fighting I'm looking for in this movie and what we're, you know what I mean? I want to do that too. So before we get out of here. So this is a good Rican post. Go to Double Dragon Comics. This is some I'm getting into the dino stuff. This is my Sabretooth with the Charlie Kirsch cosign. You know, she liked some stuff. I sent some comments, you know. She was real appreciative. She sent me to her agents. Like, these aren't the final designs. This is just me dibble dabbling in a little bit of Sabretooth stuff once we get to the story. You know what I mean? So obviously we covered the nanotech putties. You know, whiteout is really going to be a thing. Like, you know, here's more bad guys. We got the putties. We got the Tengus, you know what I'm saying? Tengu warriors on deck.
Yeah, I like that.
What
they
else?
Look like real warriors.
Right? And they're a little more beefy. Yeah, they'll rip you apart, man. Rip you to shreds. Without the power, no normal human can fight this strong-ass, big-ass bird, bro. You know what I mean? So, and then, you know, that's a version of a hand-drawn Rican suit right there. And obviously, here's Dory right here. Here's Sammy Boy right here. So this is just of what Sam's gonna be doing for me, basically. So the interview that's coming after this live, this is the sketches. So picture 15 pages of this style manga with Rican behind me, the colored version. So kind of so if you kind of like listen to what I'm saying and put it all together, you can kind of get a visual of what. So, but while we're on the armors, I don't want to lose track. See, let me cook for another like 5 minutes, and I'm gonna pass it to you and get some opinions on things. But obviously, this is where I'm at. This is the white dragon suit right here, you know, and this is kind of, you know, the helmet's kind of always been an issue, you know, for me, as far as like how wide it is and overall aesthetics. So, I mean, this is the Buru suit. Buru the Bull. This was Chef's suit that got past the nerd, basically. So this is the Guardian of the Temple. He's like my Mandalorian. He's basically like the blacksmith of the temple. You know what I'm saying? So Buru's very important to the story and the lore, because him and Sakaar, the Gorilla Ranger, hold the temple down. They're part of the ancient side of the team. So essentially, these 3 movies in this comic book series has like 3 teams simultaneously coexisting and going on. Here's Sakaar. Give you guys a little bit of a breakdown. I mean, Sakaar's gorgeous. Like, I would love Silverback to mount up and play this part. This is one of my favorite armors, man, with the gold and pewter, the matte gold, and like this helmet. Like, it embodies the gorilla and like the washed out silver. And like themselves and hide as real animals as well. So it's gonna be nuts, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, I know how intricate and I know what a grown-up fan base wants, like, to be entertained, because I know how hard it is for me to really, really be entertained and like watch a Marvel movie or watch a DC movie and be like, yo, that shit. If for me, it's gonna be hard for them to top Civil War, to top Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? To top that peak of the Infinity Saga a little bit. So it's like the Doomsday stuff that's coming with the MCU, is it really going to stand up against what they've already done? You know what I mean? And then obviously you could see the type of shit that I'm doing and kind of the parallel universe that has to coexist with these opposing brands, right? So let me give you the last of Rican's armor here. We're going to get to this white dragon one right here. But if we go down, I want to just cook, because if you guys go to my Instagram and you really, really get involved with what I'm doing, donate to the spot fund, Rican's got a mech mode right here. So this is Rican's original drop. This is one of the first. This is almost a year ago, bro. And the next week will be the anniversary of Rican Ranger, actually, when I made my first armor or released it, however you want to do it. So this is the Komodo Dragon Zord basic form. Like this, I call this Dragon Runner mode, basically, right? So so it's gonna go from the ninja one that I dropped earlier. You remember the cloth suit? So the cloth suit is gonna morph into this suit, which is kind of like the homage to the OG Green Ranger, but in black and gold to basically represent Komodo and Rican's colors. And then obviously this is gonna be his mech. He can take the metal from his Komodo and basically, you know, nanotech style and turn into a mech. So there's gonna be Gundam modes, there's gonna be mech modes, bro. So that's why I'm saying animated will give me that creativity and that creative control to have all these different type of modes. This is Ninjetti mode, you know, obviously Ninjetti stealth mode for Rican, you know, and here's another one, super stealth, you know, this is more like a sneaking around, but I'll still fuck you up and kick your ass if I need to, you know. So go to my Instagram, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, there's so much if I've dropped already. This I did for Francis. Shout to the boo, you know. That's what all this, you know, TruCe and all this thing was about. It was her reaching out to me. I didn't ask for no TruCe, like. So, you know, this was back when things were good. It was the pink lioness, or black lioness, and she was black and pink. So, you know, this is where Orca came from. So if you're really interested in this whole beef and this lore, like, this was Melissa's armor here. So, you know, this is why a lot of people are upset, because, you know, a lot of people were invested in this shit. So, and it's the real deal Holyfield, you know, she had a Batgirl thing going on. So my Batman Ranger basically is yellow bat. And a lot of these I don't really like anymore, but just the concept, this one I do. The concept of like a Batman type Ranger is really where I was going with this. This is one of my earlier designs, you know, but yellow bat basically, or black bat, you know. So this was one of the guys that I basically took other people's concepts and just tried to really, you know, go ham on matching at least 7 to 10 modes per Ranger, at least 5, and almost leveling up the Rangers like mutants. See, you know what I'm saying? So where you at with all this so far? What are you thinking? Here's Johnny.
Man, I just love it, man. And I'm just loving you giving me the full breakdown
on the universe.
Yeah, you're giving me the full breakdown right now. And I'm just sitting back listening. So I'm just digesting and understanding the full scope of the concept that you have. And it's really good. Like, it's really good. And I love the fact that you like fleshed it out for so long.
I appreciate that. And I
Nah, you can go cook.
I mean, they should be happy. It's been a year. It's been a year, you know what I mean? Like, this is proof showing y'all not only the progression of the AI, but just the overall breakdown of like the concept itself. Like, this is what I mean when shit was good. Like, this is what started the Dusto beef. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only really speaking and dibble dabbling a little bit because like the armors are kind of involved in the story. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I feel like people are so triggered, because even though it's AI, you can take these and give these to a Kyle Willis or like a real artist or like a Jenny Frizen or like, you know what I mean? Any type of Clayton Crane, and convert some of this stuff, you know what I mean? And really make something that's like amazing in the comic book world. So that's what I'm saying. If you guys need to come over to Whatnot and try to troll my life and you could do whatever you want. You ain't gonna tear this shit down. This shit has all been established way before any of this go down. This is what I really do. Like, you can't fake this shit. I'm obviously, look at all this knowledge and passion I put into what I do. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all had to say or what y'all trying to do. It's all just like you said, clown behavior to me for clout, for the circus, bro. Like jealousy, envy. You know, this is the 7 deadly sins. This is them coming at a chosen one. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing y'all can do. Like, I really do this, bro. Like, here's some upgrades for Rican and Orca. Like, Orca's obviously the love interest. Everybody knows the backstory with April and, you know, her ranger and stuff like that. So in the story, I love this one, bro. Look at the way the power coin on the back of the gloves, bro. That's such a great accent. Like this suit right here is a low-key like hitter right here for me. This is gonna be like one of Rican's like underwater battle modes, bro. And I feel like the power coins are gonna charge up in the wrist, and that's how he's gonna like fly through the water and shit. Because if you go to the island, like iguanas and coquis are very part of the culture in Puerto Rico, right? The coqui is a very important cultural animal along with the iguana. So it's like to have Komodo dragon represent that, and then the coqui with Johnny represent the frog. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, I've interwoven my whole culture and my people in these superheroes. Like, these Rangers, it's not just Rican is not just my name. It's the culture within this that I've woven in the fabric of it, man. I'm telling you guys, it's no one is you. That is your power. No one can do what the fuck I'm doing out here, bro. And it's not, I'm not trying to be cocky or arrogant. It's just I've loved this brand and this genre for 30 years, bro. It's been around and it's had so much potential, you know what I mean, to decimate and compete with these other brands, dog. You know, it's like, and then you look at the SeNTai, it's like before you even unpack the SeNTai and all that other stuff, it's like, geez Louise, you know. So there's the Zords, you know, there's Komodo and Orca. So I love it, bro. So giving you guys the new stuff, we're gonna focus on a lot of AI drops. That's why I'm calling out the suits. Anyone who does this, anyone who wants to battle me live on the show and bring some of your AI work, let's talk, let's chop. Let's, you know, let's put together my universe versus yours. Let's do some stuff for the fans. Let's get some donations going. Let's get some things going. Positive energy. Like, come on, bro. This is the Megalodon Ranger. I got my own Street Shark Ranger. You know what I mean? What else? Here's Turquoise Tiger. This is, you know, my daughter's Ranger. She loves, you know. Now this Ranger right here is gonna be like, picture like a Hella. You know what I'm saying? Throwing knives, creating blades, claws, things like that. Little bit of the X-23 type energy. You know, here's Rican when he's driving his Zord. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Highlights. Now this is the arm off, bro. We did this. This is the Throwback Thursday of JDFs. This is my version of White Dragon. So as you can see, this is a homage to the big dog right here, bro.
That's dope.
And this suit never really got the shine it deserved when I drop it, because it got dropped on Henry's. But this suit right here, dog, if the big man was still here, this would be the one. The same way that Warlock, I'm gonna get to your comments. I'm gonna dial back, bro. Just let me finish cooking about the armors, and then we'll do that. Appreciate the love though. So this suit right here is very sentimental to me, man, because when I made it, I sprinkled some Dino Thunder in there for the OG.
Yeah.
And I made it for his birthday. So I'm not being a hater when I say like the White Dragon suit is amazing from the neck down, but the helmet for me, because I've created, you know, they say if you're gonna talk shit, back it up. Like, this is my form of that. Like, if JDF was here and we didn't lose the OG and squad leader, like, I would have presented this suit to him. And if you look at the details on this helmet, dog, to me, to break this down real quick, like, you can't tell me, any JDF fan, bro, can't tell me between the silver nose, the dragon eyes, the almost lightning look on the mouth, like the mouthpiece. I don't know. It's got like a Dino Thunder / like White Ranger vibe together. Like, how would you rate this suit as a JDF fan? And I presented this to him like I did Johnny's suit, and he signed it. What do you think his reaction would be to this version of White Dragon? If this was the suit that Aaron was fighting in the movie as White Dragon versus Dragon Prime, like to me, like, you know what I mean? Home run, bro. I put my all into this. I love the suit, bro. So I love Patrick Scott to throw this on and wear this at cons and be in the movie in it and take the helmet off. And it's one of his most beloved homies. And something like this, bro. So gangster. You know? So what do you think, man? We give it 1 out of 10. You can be completely honest and transparent. Like, this is the suit that I'm putting up for the battle. I want to start doing, you know, we'll start with white. You guys pick a color, pick a theme. We'll have some fun. This is my White Dragon homage JDF anniversary suit that I made. Dope.
It's 100%. And I'm not going to even be biased about it. It's 100% a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
But that full Legend of the White Dragon suit, I would give it a, like, you know, a 5 out of 10. So I'm really think this is dope.
So, like I said, I don't need to come here and rip Aaron off or rip him, you know, tear him up, you know, kick his back in, do all this stuff about anything, because I'm willing to put up and shut up. Like, obviously, experience and content wise, he's done a lot more than me, but conceptually, I'm such a threat. Visually, costume design wise, you know, fight choreography too is going to be one of my specialties. So, like, my time to shine hasn't even really come yet, bro. Like, honestly, the suits are doing all the work because conceptually it's so amazing. Like, to me, this suit, I don't know, man. I can't just find it in my heart to be like, JDF wouldn't fuck with this, bro. This is just like, oh man, like, seeing something like this is what keeps me going, bro. And this is one of the suits I definitely will be making in real life and making in the movie, because when we get into the dragon realm and that kind of stuff, like, we might even do like some Tron Legacy, you know, like they did with Jeff Bridges, you know, I mean, with some digital CGI JDF stuff if we can. We'll see. And then here's Jenna's version. This is my Dragoness. So when you see an offsuit of the suit I just showed you, right? See?
Dope.
So doesn't it match beautifully? You know, like father and daughter, you know? So like, and it's all Ninjetti power based. So when we start getting into the dragon realm stuff, and JDF can even be a ghost. He can be the ghost dragon, basically, is what I'm going to do. That's why he's white. So it won't be White Dragon. He's going to be the ghost dragon because he dies in my story. Right? And that's where Jenna takes the mantle and kind of like becomes the dragoness, because the spirit of the dragon, she has to basically unpack and go through dimensions and figure out how her dad died. Because she's been kind of thrown into this. Well, now the whole dragon descendant is dead, or this new dragon descendant is coming up, and you know what's really the history of lore. So, you know, Rican and her are gonna basically cross paths at some point, because he's the dragon descendant and she's the dragoness, and she's blood, but the power chose him, right? So it's just like, it's like this weird power dynamic they got going on, because she's bloodline, so she controls and manipulates the Zeo crystal. Almost responds to her blood differently than Rican, because Rican is Triforian. So even though they're like mirrors of the dragon, it's different, because like a Komodo dragon isn't really a dragon, it's a lizard. So even though Rican is a dragon descendant and he's the Komodo dragon ranger, he's not really a dragon. He's more of a spirit animal than Jetty. You see what I'm saying? And then Jenna, when it's time for Jenna to mount up, if, you know, Lord willing, from my lips to God's ears, if we get that far, you know, to be able to establish this whole dragoness lore, they're from the dragon realm. Think of like Game of Thrones, and what's that whole last version of Game of Thrones that came out? House of the Dragon?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where we start getting like the Knights of Terranog and like the dragon type stuff. So, but that's movie 4, 5, 6. That's when we reboot MMPR. So for everyone that's curious and, you know, and is trying to really pick up what I'm putting down, an MMPR reboot is within my universe, but not till much later. We want to really establish where we're going and what we're doing as far as flipping a few teams first and getting a few concepts and movies down before we introduce this dragoness stuff. And honestly, I kind of want to see if Aaron steals it and anyone goes for it. Boom. I got my eyes on the thievery out here because the Power Ranger franchise is and the fan base is ruthless. Now, as you can see, it's been a year and a half of this shit. I'm getting good at this. So I have to protect this stuff. I'm giving you guys a little bit because this is all stuff that I've released already. So it's like I'm trying to put it all together and connect it in y'all minds so y'all understand where I'm actually going with it, so you stop doubting it. But if you steal from me and you kind of like, we'll know. It's so unique and so well tailored and thought out of that Rican's passion is so woven in it that I'll know who's stealing my shit. Trust me, I'll know. And the stuff's already being copyrighted. So that's just where I'm at. See, we were able to still pop on, give them 2 hours. Let's, you know, any last thoughts for me as far as the armor? I'm going to shift to the fight choreography, and then we can get out of here, bro. And we can go wherever you feel like you got to cover real quick before we slide out.
Oh, man, we good, man. Handle your business.
All right, good. So I appreciate, you know, just tapping in and, you know, letting me, you know, kind of bounce the ideas off and get all this stuff going, man. So, all right, let's see where we at. We got me and Amy there, me and Johnny. What else? We got Jenna there. My cousin ran into Jenna. So you know, that's what we did, all the dragoness stuff. So I forget. He fell in love with Cuzzo, you know, his energy. We did our thing with her. So hopefully, you know, that's what I'm saying. Stop. Look at that suit, bro. Ooh, that's one of her power-up modes, bro, with the dragoness. I hope Jenna gets to see this. I hope you see this. You know, and Aaron too. Like, this is where my heart is at. Like, I can help with the sequel. I can help make this a real universe. I can help, you know, in any way, shape, or form. Like, honestly, because I don't need anybody. I'm doing my own thing conceptually, but I can make anyone better, you know, as far as design wise. So this is one of her battle modes for the dragoness, you know. So, but that's where we're at with it. There's some villains. So check out my Instagram. Let's go to YouTube real quick, homie, and let's do this Broken Path fight scene. I just want to give you guys the fight choreography, and we're gonna slide out of here. I think I've done enough.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, subscribe to the video.
Because it's honestly in JYB.
Yeah, like this video, subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell so you can see everything we drop, baby.
Me and yeah, man. You know, I made a promise. You know, I said that you know, I can prove I can make content without talking shit because I am a super creative. I'm a real writer. This book is really happening. So, you know, we can plan. I does this. So this basically here, I want to unpack this a little bit. This is one of Johnny's best underground fight scenes, man. I'd love to get these two involved in Ninjetti, man. It's really not worth it to me, you know. So I apologize for the quality a little bit. We don't want it to lag, but just watch the footwork, man. Watch the hands. Obviously, Eric Southworth and Johnny know what the BreaKdoWn is, like martial artists, like the Power Ranger curse, and I believe in that. I feel like Ninjetti can break the Power Ranger curse all in one motion, just like the Order was gonna do, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys have any time and you have a chance, go watch this movie by Johnny.
Yeah, look at Johnny's career, man.
You know,
fucking Ichigo, man.
I just want to give you guys a quick story. When I met Johnny, I told him, man, I went up there, I had my phone, I said, yo, it's Rican, and I showed him that he had liked my stuff and he was already following me. And he came out from behind the thing. He was like, oh, Rican, you know, and then he clowned, say to him like, yo, broken path, bro. I said, if I can get you and Southworth to recreate, you know, that would be amazing. So I definitely would like to have Southworth too for the Quantum Maniac or some form of Ranger. And you know, obviously Johnny's involvement in White Dragon, Johnny's involvement in the Order, like that's why my campaign, like I said, is in JYB We Trust. Like I wouldn't K up front, bro. You know what I'm saying? And kind of let him dictate where we going with this, because he can round up the crew, bro.
100%.
You know? So am I delusional? Is it a long shot? But after seeing all this conceptually, like, is it save this shit, bro? Is it really one of a kind? You know, is Rican, no one is Rican, that is his power? Like, where are you at with all of this as far as fighting and choreography and Johnny, and your opinion on the production aspect of it from a directorial standpoint?
No, what do you mean? Like, do I feel like you can get him? Or, like, what are my thoughts on that?
Yeah, do you feel like the concept makes the movie, makes them attainable, is what I'm saying. Like, in my mind, I guess some of my delusion stems from my concept and my suits being nice enough and the concept being good enough, that, which is why I even got the follow in the first place, which is why, you know, all these cosigns and all this Ranger energy is even happening, because I feel like my suits make people feel something, bro. Once you get the concept and once you get the design and you kind of understand the whole spirit animal theme and that the power from within, like the movie, it works, bro. It really works. It's really the essence of Power Rangers and what it should be to me.
Yeah, I
and then
like
once we master ninjas, we evolve to the car forms. We evolve 30 years of seasons. So that's what I'm saying. Like, now that you have more of my lens on, right? Like, I'm letting you borrow the glasses a little bit. It's like, just give me what you see. You know what I'm saying? Give me the Ninjetti recap from your perspective before we head out.
I think it can work 100%. I feel like the suits are good enough, and the concept surrounding everything is like really, really dope. That you can like grow Power Rangers up. You can like get this manga out first, and then like the sky's the limit after that. And you actually getting them to be involved will be very, very easy to do once you get all your creativity out initially, and like you show them like what you have initially. They'll be way more excited to like get on board and like to be a part of this, because I feel as though like this is really special. Like you said, like people do feel something when they see the artwork that you have designed and the concepts in the world that you're building. It's so dope and it's so unique and it's so one of a kind that once you bring it to the audience, they won't be able to do anything else but support. You know what I mean? And want to be a part of it. Because like you said, like Johnny, like he's so great in that anime, and like you said, you want to take it to the anime world. Like him being such a driving force within animation today, especially English animation, like he's going to see the potential and what it can be, and 100% he's going to want to get on board in a sense.
Exactly. It's like an Americanized manga, so it's like it's built for him. You know what I'm saying? When we lost JDF, it was like Johnny had, you know, to innately take the torch. Like, who else can save this but him and Amy, you know, and the OGs themselves as a collective, you know? So, and I'd love to have him.
Yeah, seeing a fan develop something on this level will be so refreshing, I believe, especially because like you're not giving the audience what like a copy and paste of what they already have. You've developed something very new and very innovative.
Yeah.
So as it continues to move forward, they'll start seeing the difference in what Ninjetti will bring, opposed to what we have now.
Excuse me.
And not even to be pretentious, but to see the savior of the franchise, right? And if they actually want to save it, they'll be like, yeah, I want to get behind this. And I want this person to like get the reins per se, you know, without lack of a better term. Like giving you those reins and those cosigns will be like paramount to like actually saving the franchise and giving the audience exactly what they want. Because like you said, with the keys or with the keys, it's still moving forward.
Right.
So having that attitude at the end of the day is like such a blessing. And you're going to give people what they want. And to the naysayers,
I mean,
they're going to be proven wrong at the end of this journey. But yeah, bro.
Well, honestly, this is what did it. This is what did it, man. I appreciate that, see. I really do. And I know that your place of knowledge and your place of where that comes from, it's sincere, because I know that, you know, you're a SeNTai fan and you're an overall diehard Ranger fan like me. So for you to see that potential and believe in me like you do and be by my side through all this, man, is it's awesome. But, you know, our friendship is getting documented through this whole KOD thing, and I think it's going to come out in the music. It's going to come out in anything we decide to create together. So I'm excited, man, with this part of the Jersey, that's the Jersey in me, this journey you and I are going through, you know what I mean? Like, and then for you to be where you're from too and add that Cajun flavor to everything is just a blessing on top of it, bro. So, you know, I want to thank you for all that, because steel does sharpen steel, bro, and you make everything I do better. So, you know, fuck a hater. And that's why, you know, your spot in Ninjetti is solidified, in my opinion. So, but real quick, with Johnny, this is what I think did it personally. This suit right here. Now, if we go through this Johnny clip right here, this suit is his chameleon, basically tree frog. This is the tree frog suit. It gives him a little more agility, right? As you see the connectors right here with the grid power right here. And he can basically change colors. So this suit right here has like an invisible, like Predator, like the way Predator moves around. You know what I mean? Like he can blend in and go invisible and change colors and stuff like that. So Johnny's whole get up, bro, is just bananas. Like this one right here is his basic form. You see what I'm saying? So like this one, when picture the movie, right? You know, you got a scene with Johnny, opening scene, opening book. He's just chilling in the house, making some coffee, TV on in the background. And the frog is like out of the cage. It's just hopping around the house and it's telepathically talking to him like the Venom movies and like cracking jokes, and picture like the little Transformers from the Transformers movies, you know, comedic relief. So it's like, who has really played with the Zords and made them like holographic, like realistic looking creatures to the human eye. You know what I mean? So when you see these so-called rangers in society and in public, you see Johnny going to the gym and he's got a fucking frog with him all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then Rican's got the iguana, he's got the lizard. So everywhere Rican's driving around, you know what I mean? He's got a fucking iguana in certain scenes. So it's like the animal dynamic is gonna really give you guys like a wild force, kind of like, you know, spirit animal type thing. It's gonna bring a dynamic for animal lovers too, which is great because I love dogs, you know, I love animals, nature. So I love how the Ninjetti are gonna have elemental powers. They're gonna be the Jedis of the grid. You know, some will unlock telekinetic powers. You know what I mean? It's like, it really is like this, right? Let me sum it up and we'll leave y'all with this. The Zeo crystal, once you can harness it being close enough to your body that you can actually wear it without it distorting all your organs and killing you from the inside out, from the energy, that determines how strong you are as a ranger.
That's dope.
Right? And how almost like in Dragon Ball Z, because like my universe is very parallel to DBZ and Star Wars together, right? The way Vegeta and Goku kind of fuse. So it's like the Rangers will start leveling out and leveling up and making like a hierarchy within the universe in this society, because every single person, first of all, you got to be worthy of being a ranger. And then on top of that, how you harness the crystal power determines how strong you are and how many suits you can sustain. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know how they move around with the scanners and they would scan each other before the fights in DBZ and stuff like that. So this ranger world is kind of like that. Like they're going to fear each other. They're going to scan each other. There's going to be schematics. There's going to be a futuristic side about it too, especially with the cosmic side. Because once all the space rangers start coming in, we start putting the kind of cosmic lore hooked in. It'll give us the window and the opportunity to kind of do all those futuristic tech kind of upgrades within the franchise. You know what I mean? And then the dino stuff's going to give you the Jurassic Park kind of feel. You know, Rangers with that type of shit. The SPDs will give you the Call of Duty gunplay, you know, Equilibrium, Gung Fu, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, G.I. Joe, Transfer. Like, it's going to be so much, bro. It's going to be so much. So that's really all I wanted to close with, is like the fight choreography. Like, this is the frog. Like, this is why I think Johnny, you know, really was with it, because it's gorgeous. I don't know if his like is in there or not. It might still be there. But he started following me after this. It was crazy. Or he commented on one of them. I think I commented on one of his things or something like that. But yeah, his multiple modes. So let's cover the rest of his armors. Like, this is some of his battle modes. And like, look, this is Battle Toad. Even his Zord has different frog modes. It can almost, you know what I mean, transport. Now this one is a battle mode. Look at this.
That's dope.
This is like his night mode, like his almost like his super like ninja mode, bro. Like, look at the helmet. Like, you can see the frog, but it's almost snakish, and but it's like a tough like amphibian. I can see the tough amphibian look in there a little bit, and I love the washed out matte armor. Like this, I could see Johnny getting pissed off like at the end of that Broken Path fight, and like to switch to this mode. Like, they basically tap the belt, as you see the amulets inside the belt. So the Morphin sequence goes from necklace to belt, and they tap the belt, and then they can spin the belt to switch their battle mode. So a ranger has to get good of getting in and out of a fight and knowing when to switch the belt buckle in a fight, because if he gets overpowered, you know what I'm saying, he has to switch to mode 4, mode 5. It's like, depending on the level of the threat, right, determines what mode you got to rock in. And then if I'm starting the fight with a bow, I can break it apart, channel some lightning. Next thing you know, I got 2 screaming sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and then do a nice little charge up. I got 2 nunchucks if I want. you know, or a longbow, or, you know, whatever. Turn a nunchuck into a boomerang. Like, being able to harness and manipulate grid energy on the fly is what will also differentiate rangers from each other. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, he's probably going to kill me for giving him so much, but it's like, I want this to be done. You can see how I'm chopping up and how I'm giving you guys some of this flick. Like, it's no one can do it but me. So you could try to steal it. You could try to, it's without Rican putting it together. I'm the missing piece of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the interpreter of all of it. You could get pieces of it. You could try to mimic it. You could try to reflect it, but without Rican putting it together, I'm the missing link. And that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel, you know, agree to disagree. You know, I know what I put into this. I know what I'm building. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's just where we're at, see, you know? So, yo, we wound up doing 2.5, bro. I appreciate you letting me cook, but I feel like it had to be done, because once they see what I start doing the next couple months, and they're like seeing the armor drops, and, you know, book 0 comes out, you know, book 1 comes out, and I start pushing a lot of the marketing, I'm going to drop the Sam interview. So, like, I'm in a good spot, man. So it's like, you know, the Diddle Palooza, like, doesn't affect me anymore, man. I'm good. I'm good. You see, I'm a monster, bro. And I think, you know, no disrespect, you know, Aaron or any other fan film creators, like, Rican's time is coming. I'm coming, bro. It's mine, bro. I put a lot into this. God bless me. He gave me a gift, you know what I mean? And I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. So, you got any questions for me? Any last thoughts? See, I mean, you want to keep going? You look pretty tired, man. I'm sorry to keep you there.
What you call it, man? You chopped it up like shit. I'm just intently listening to it because it's so interesting, right? And for the people who don't know, and for the people, like, this has been a great segment to, like, get it out there, because I already know you got that monster in your stomach, and you need to get it out in a creative way. And when it comes, it's like we're all like, even off of you telling us when it comes and when it hits the way it's going to hit, we're still going to be in awe regardless, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's been such a great thing for you to, like, you know, to, like, unpack it for the fans, like you keep saying, like, being as transparent as possible and showing and telling them, like, hey, this is coming, regardless of what the naysayers say, regardless of if anyone doesn't believe, like, it's coming. This is where we're at with it. This is, like, all the things that we have for you guys. And it's like, it sounds so interesting and it sounds so innovative. And I'm just waiting, you know, on, like, what's the phrase with bated breath, just for just issue 0, issue 1, and just when you start hitting us with it in the future, it's going to be so exciting to see just you get your vision out there, man. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing, man. And it's like I keep saying, like, they keep coming back to KOD. We're going to keep on, like, following and, like, actually, like, keep on leaking things. We're going to keep on, like, getting people prepared at the end of the day for issue 1 for the future. And man, like, we're really excited to see where this Ninjetti thing is going to go, man. Like, and boom, man, I commend you. And like you said, even if someone gets some bits and pieces of it, they don't have the whole story fleshed out like you do. Like you said, you're the missing link, you're the missing piece. And once you get it out to the fans, man, they're gonna be very surprised, and they're gonna be very, very appreciative for what you have coming, man. And I'm excited.
No, I appreciate that. No, definitely. That's why I'm saying I had to shut it down, because, you know, I went on Instagram and I just want to make this point, you know, and I feel like karma showed its face, and, you know, God works in mysterious ways, you know. Just sit there and meme yourself on a cross and, like, put your face on the Almighty, you know. It's just like,
that's wild.
Yo, y'all can laugh and make whatever jokes you want on me. It doesn't matter. Once you get at that level, then I know you've lost. I know you lost. And if the Rangers are already out here calling you the devil, like you have no idea how much of a fool you look and how full circle this has come. Like once you do that, then you have a bigger battle to face than Rican. So that's why I'm bowing out, because you're God's problem, bro. If you clearly don't know that's not the type of shit you should be doing, you stupid ass motherfucker, then you got bigger problems than me. And clearly my whole Ninjetti movement is a problem for you. So I'm going to continue to be a problem. You know what I mean? And let you do what you do and let me do what I do, because there's nothing you could do with what I do, bro. So we're going to leave that alone. I mean, sitting there, I can post something on Instagram and within, less than an hour, 2 hours, I'm already getting responded to and reacted to. Like, I didn't ask for none of this fake ass celebrity drama nonsense, bro. But since we're here and we doing the damn thing, now it's, foot on their neck, bro. And that's really what happened. I didn't ask for no TruCe. That's wild, bro. I can't say that. Francis was in my DM, basically fed up with it. Just as fed up as I am with it. So that's what I respected about it. It's like her conversation, her poise, her class, how she came at me, how she was genuinely hurt, how we were friends at one point. So this truce is between me and Francis. Everybody else can go fuck themselves. I'm not going to disrespect her anymore. I told her I'll be her Kermit whenever she want. Ray, we ain't got no issues. Ray, you could do whatever you want as far as coverage with Rican. You want to make bread off me? You want me to come up like this? If this stream doesn't shut y'all down, that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and that I got something real coming, then there's no talking to y'all. You guys are just a lost cause. Punch drunk on some Kool-Aid. Like, this man is clearly in love with me to respond and react to my fucking Instagram videos, and I'm just watching as a fan. I'm watching you crumble and fumble and your whole shit getting shut down and restart because you want to meme Jesus and make fun of Rican in the first 5 minutes. So I'm good. I don't need to do none of that fuck shit you do. So this stream is to show y'all what I do, what I've been doing, which is why your boy been coming at my neck like that. All right. So this is what we do. We're going to continue to be Ninjetti. We're going to continue to run the grid. I'm going to continue to be out here casting motherfuckers, building connections, and getting nothing but better, bro. So you already know we shall rise. Rican Ranger, my boy Terminator, Iron Connor. You know what I'm saying? Blue Wolf in the building.
It's Iron Connor.
Iron. I'm getting it right. I said Iron.
No, you good. You good. You said it right. I'm just saying it for the naysayers. Iron Connor.
Yes, sir.
You heard how my boy Rican said it? That is how you say my name. Boom.
Like iron your shirt, you wrinkled motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, it's a 7 Dust shirt. Everybody who knows 7 Dust, man, you know what it is, man. I had to bring it out. But, man, like this video, subscribe to this page, and hit that noti bell, baby.
Yeah, man, you already know. That's how relevant we are. I could post something within an hour. I'm already on the show. Rican News Network, baby. Man.
You popping
again. So we popping.
The most relevant, man. It's KOD, man, not the other guy.
Know. All right, you the man, see. So next KOD, we're gonna work on some recorded episodes. We're gonna mix it up. This is kind of the mid-season finale. We might just pop up, do some more lives. We're gonna work on a couple of planned episodes. We got to get some more comic shit submitted, and I'm gonna be posting a lot more AI, guys. So stay tuned for more Ninjetti stuff. Your boy Rican. I love y'all, all my real fans. All my Rangers. I got y'all. I promise. Stay tuned. Rising in Ninjetti. We out. No one is you. That is your power. Peace.